It's Gabe, back from the dead, back from being sick for the past 2 weeks. I always get super weird about this microphone. What's going on, tubers? Gabe here. Back from being sick. I had strep throat. Well, still have strep throat, but now have medication for said strep throat. Once a year, right before winter actually hits, I get really sick with either the flu or strep throat. And I got strep throat this year, so that wasn't fun. What's been going on with me since my last post video? Lots, actually, that I did actually want to address and kind of talk about. Like my last video, I was talking about, well, I got results back from this DNA heritage test, and that was very telling. So I'm still working on that in my brain. Then Kevin turned 4. Yay! He's currently just chilling right beside me, like always. My little shadow. Just been healing, honestly. Like, I had a mixture of strep throat and the flu, so I had like fevers going on, and I got sick, like vomiting sick. It wasn't fun. Finally got my inner child's gift in the mail. I don't know if y'all know or notice what is behind me. That is my fake katana from Demon Slayer. I had to. My inner child was so happy with me. I even went on a walk today and wore it around like an accessory with Kevin when I went to walk. So yeah, I had pretty good past couple days because I'm back on the mend, and I got my fake katana, slowly getting more edits done. So that's good. Your boy is still single. And honestly, I think it'll be my second holiday season being single, actually. 2 years now. Like, that's a badge of honor or something. I don't know. Anyway, at this point, though, I feel like it's kind of just like, I don't know, that's kind of just like where I want to be. Anybody else feel that way? Is it just me? I don't know. My last few dating experiences have been interesting and very big learning experiences. Yeah. Now I know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of being ghosted. So it's not good, nor should anybody do it to one another. I understand not having the tools necessary to fully be able to communicate, hey, I don't want to do this and I don't want to talk to you anymore. But, you know, I do have understanding because I myself find it very hard sometimes to even just be real about situations and be like, you know what, this isn't good for me. I don't feel like it's good for us. We should just like call it what it is, kind of like dead in the water, and just, you know, rest in peace. Let it be. Let it go. Right. Oh, I also got a pretty cool bracelet. It's very nice. Thank you. That hurt to do. I've also been getting these weird aches and pains lately, but I also feel like that might be because I'm still a little bit sick. So I'm also going to have to be clearing my throat more often now. Well, just recently because still recovering. What else has been going on with me? I feel like I've been trying to really focus on what I actually want out of my life, but the more I try and focus on that, the more I spin out of control. So I'm just gonna try and let it be and let it flow. Excuse me. Yes, that is also what I wanted to speak on as well. Sorry, I'm just like kind of going through my mind right now. The whole life experience being transgender, going through transitioning, you know, kind of just being in a world that wasn't necessarily really designed for you, and being, well, for me, trying to be as understanding as I possibly can whilst still learning myself all of the trans terminology, all of the trans understanding, all of the trans territory. And that's another thing I wanted to bring up as well. Trans territory. It's my own kind of expression. By that, I mean there are certain things and aspects to like just being transgender in itself. And that, for me, in my personal experience, that's where I come in with the terminology trans territory. You know, it comes with the territory, is what I usually say. And I often find myself kind of trying to make everybody comfortable in the situation, because yeah, it's a new situation for a lot of people. I know in my last video, a couple videos past this, I said 10 out of 10 times I often hear I've never dated a trans person, and that alone I feel like kind of falls into that category of the trans territory, where it like comes with the territory. And then there's like that other flip coin where it's like, okay, but like at a certain point, how much of this territory am I gonna have to like survey and keep on top of? You know, I'm just one person. So like for me, I really want to be like a open book, as it were, for the trans community, for the cisgender community, just for the whole LGBT community as well. Because I feel like there are a lot of trans people out there, but there aren't a lot of trans like personal experiences being talked about, you know, because like there's so many instances and so many experiences that I've come across in the past. I'm just calculating how long I've actually been, like my first year. I think it was like in 2015. A long time. Yeah. So, jeez. I'm not going to do math in my head right now. I'm still sick. So with that being said, the whole like how long or like how much of this territory do I have to keep on top of? And the answer is I don't know. So my goal throughout my videos is to give a little bit more insight, a little bit more education. Like, I know nobody's really asking for it. I'm not about to force knowledge down people's throats. So what I am doing is basically just like telling my story. What I'm basically doing is just telling people who want to watch these for whatever reason. Hopefully because you find it enjoyable and you like what I talk about and you enjoy my content. That's why, Gabe. So my whole point to these videos is to help other people understand more what trans people go through my experiences. And hopefully one day I hope to like actually get other trans people on this channel and like have open discussions with them and ask them if it's okay to be like, hey, would you be willing to have an open discussion with me on my channel about your trans experience and like your dating experience, you know? I do notice that there is this weird hierarchy of trans people out there. Like, I'm not gonna name names because like that's weird and I don't wanna get like caught after and people come for me, so. But there is this hierarchy in the trans community of like weird popularity. Like if you're not said trans man, insert name, or said trans woman, insert name, then like you're nobody. You don't go through experiences like them. When I want to get everybody's like experience out there, you know, whether or not you're on social media, whether or not you have like a 20.5k following or like views or whatever, I want to know your story. I want to share it. I want to discuss it. If there are any other trans people out there that want to contact me, hit me up and let's have a conversation. I hope we'll end up starting a conversation is basically what these videos are after. And then my other videos will have paranormal stuff. Anyway, that's what I've been doing, and that's what I want to do. And I hope y'all are in for great conversation, great content, and we are going to get some great conversations going on. So there is that conversation that everybody wants to have but not have, you know? That, what's between your legs? Like, excuse me. A, it's not your business. And B, what's between your legs? C? So there's that conversation. Then there's the being comfortable asking questions. I have been asked so many different questions, and I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable or feel embarrassed when they do ask questions. So, like I said, I'm an open book. I have all the I don't have all the answers. I have my answers. Full disclosure, I have not had the bottom surgery that not most trans men, it's like, I don't know, like 50-50 right now, I guess, of trans men that go for the bottom surgery for phalloplasty, I believe. I hope I said that right. What I had was just a hysterectomy, so they removed my uterus. I still have a vagina. Very happy with my vagina. I did have top surgery, so I had a double mastectomy with bilateral contouring. You'd be able to see my scars in my videos and my posts, so they're there. I did have my surgeries done about a few years ago. Like my hysterectomy was done in like 2017, and my top surgery was done 2020, July 2nd. I remember the day very specifically. It was so nerve-wracking. Oh my gosh. My ex can attest to this. She was driving me down to Calgary, which is where my surgery was going to be. And like halfway there, I was just like, hey, pull over. I can't do this. My anxiety is just like going through the roof right now. Like no amount of cannabis is gonna do it for me. I have to be driving. So I made her pull over, switch driver, and I'm like booking it down there to Calgary. I'm just like going like $140 down there. So I get there in like record time. Sorry, I'm not used to this. Where's my dog? Oh, there he is. I go to the hospital. This is during COVID, by the way, like lockdown. Luckily, I got in when I did, which was incredible. They didn't let her in with me. I asked them why, and they said because of XYZ COVID reasons, and I said, fine, but as soon as I'm done surgery and I'm awake, can she come up and like take care of me, because I'm gonna need it. So they say yes. Sorry, excuse me 1 second. I need to tend to my bearded dragon. He was thirsty, so I fed in some water. What was I talking about? My top surgery, right. So once I'm awake, they let her up. They let me proceed to wake up, go home. I'm like ecstatic, like it's finally done, right? And passing out on the way to Edmonton. Well, I was pretty much incapacitated on the entire way back to Edmonton. I was so drugged up and high. I wake up, there's tubes inside of me on like both sides, so like every few hours my ex had to like clean them out for me, and like I'm very grateful that she did do that for me. That was like in the first year of our relationship. Things were good. That's my top surgery that I waited 7 years to get, right? That's crazy. 7 years. Holy. Top surgery definitely helped in ways I didn't think they would help, and it definitely didn't help in ways I expected it to help. For me, I really weighed heavily on the fact that once my top surgery was all done, that was it. I was in the clear. I was gonna have a better life. I was gonna be happier. Everything was just gonna click. I was just gonna get everything, and everything was gonna be better. It wasn't. It went the opposite way I thought it was gonna go, honestly. I became more insecure. I became more depressed. I took out my anger on anybody that was close to me, including my dog. No, I didn't abuse my dog. It was just more so like I was just annoyed. Like I didn't want to like even be kind of deal. And it made me feel like I did something wrong, you know? When in actuality, yeah, I did, because I had put so much expectation on this top surgery to just be a fix-all instead of it showing me things that I didn't deal with, things that I knew were lingering but I didn't want to deal with. So top surgery definitely was an eye-opener for me. But it definitely, I would say, helped me grow into the person that I am now. I'm a lot happier now. And I think that's to say something too, because like I honestly like wanted my top surgery to make my masculine role more, essentially I wanted it to make me feel more manly, when in a way, yeah, I didn't have breasts anymore, so technically, but I wanted to feel what it was to be a man, I think, is what I was putting that expectation into. I mean, can you blame me? There's a lot more that goes into the mindset of top surgery and bottom surgery, and how it made me feel and how it made other people feel. I'll dive more deeper into that as time goes on. You guys will get to know me a lot better and get to know Kevin a lot more and see all the adventures that we get into as well. So there are walks with Kevin that are quite fun and hilarious. To me, anyway. I don't know if you all are going to find it hilarious. That's kind of what's going on in a nutshell. I do want to have more conversations about being transgender and the trans conversation, the trans universe, and trans territory, and what that might mean to you as a trans person, if you are watching and you are listening. I also wanted to just kind of, I guess, say sorry to the cisgender people out there as well. I wanted to let y'all know that like I don't want to, I'm not trying to come from a place of like being like attacking y'all or anything like that. It's just my experience that I've come across and how I can better help other people to, you know, address those questions that they have more gently, more not articulately, but more like politically correct, where it's not like offensive to the person that you're talking to and it doesn't feel demeaning to you and makes you feel stupid, and vice versa. With that being said, y'all, your boy's out of here. And I will see you in the next video. For real. Alright. Be kind to one another, okay? And I'm getting used to this mic. I'm getting used to it.